Hey guys, this is Jason with Ray of Light Tarot, here to do the Cancer soulmate reading for the remainder of October. I appreciate you guys being here, and I hope this resonates for you. So how it works is I'll pull the energy for Cancer's soulmate and for Cancer. I ask when I do my intention for the reading to resonate for those who need to hear it the most. It can't resonate for everyone who falls under the sign of Cancer. It is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So hopefully it will resonate for you if you're someone who needs it the most. If it doesn't, don't try to make it fit. Don't try to, I know sometimes in the comments people will say, well, you got this right, but this is wrong and this is wrong. Well, then it probably wasn't for you, because there are people that it will resonate for specifically. So I'm sorry if it doesn't resonate for you, but it's probably good if it doesn't in a way, because like I said, I asked for it to resonate for those who need to hear it the most. So if there's someone who's in more pain than you, we're not glad that they're in more pain, but we're glad that you're in less pain, if that makes sense. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I appreciate you being here. And let's get started. I'm going to say a quick intention and then get going on this. Thank you, universe. Thank you, spirit. Thank you, angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors for allowing this to connect to the energy of Cancer and their soulmate for those who most need this healing guidance at this time. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to be pulling for traditional tarot. I'm pulling from Rider deck. The Vice Versa Tarot. I know a lot of you love the Vice Versa Tarot. It really is beautiful artwork in this deck. And I'm also pulling from Gilded, from my old Gilded deck. I've just been a little connected to these cards for some reason today, so I'm going to be pulling from that as well. Cancer Moon, and he's Cancer Sun. Wow, so that'll be interesting, Crazy Belly. All right, so let's get started here. I think this is going to be the last one that I do for tonight. And then tomorrow, in between finishing up more of my recorded personal readings for people, and I have a couple lives scheduled, I will try to get the rest done, because this coming week I'm going to be working on getting the first 2 weeks of November readings out for everybody on here. So, hi. All right. What's the energy? So we're doing the soulmate side first. That's how I like to do it. Get the soulmate energy out there, because that's what everyone wants to know is, what's my soulmate doing? What's going on? So soulmate energy. Typically my readings are tend to be soulmates that are already established. Sometimes we'll get information about new potential partners coming in, but it typically, Capricorn, nice. Typically there's these come out with people who are already in established soulmate connections. And I think the reason for that is because, like I said in my intention, I always ask for it to connect to the people who need to hear it the most. And that's usually somebody who's already in an established connection that's going through some pain. Just tends to be the case. So what's the energy for the soulmate of Cancer? Thanks, guys. Whoa. The World, nice. So there's some major changes on the horizon. What else? Okay. Wow. Okay, guys, good energy here. There's a lot going on, but this is good. So the overall energy for your soulmate, Cancer, is the Ace of Swords. This is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, air energy. The Ace of Swords, as the overall energy, is telling me that your soulmate is definitely being offered and hope, and it seems to be receiving this sort of divine gift of information, of a new way of seeing things, a new way of thinking. And so that's good for them, especially if they've been in sort of a stagnant mode or have been in maybe some not the healthiest place lately. So they've got the World, the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Two of Cups. Nice. And these they don't always, but typically the 4 cards I pull for the energies are telling a story in chronological order. So I was waiting for the Cap reading. Yeah, I'm going to be doing Capricorn tomorrow, most likely. I may do it tonight if I've got the energy. We'll see how this goes. These readings have been running long, like around 30 minutes or more. So usually I try to keep them around 20. So we'll just see what happens here. but I will get it out soon. I promise. I promise. Okay, so the world. This is a good energy. The world card is telling me that this person is coming into balance and they're ready to move into something new, a new chapter. And this is in the soulmate connection. So they're ready for a new chapter here. Eight of Pentacles, they're putting the work into, or they're willing to put the work in. Right now, they may be putting the work into themselves. They're willing to put the work into the situation. And the reason I say they're putting the work into themselves, Nine of Swords. A lot of times the Nine of Swords represents like worry and restlessness. I don't feel that with this, in this reading. I feel like the, can you guys hear me okay? Is that better? How's that for the volume? Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, good. I feel like, I don't feel like the Nine of Swords is representing someone that's restless or not able to worry or worrying too much. What I feel like with these other cards and in this story is that the Nine of Swords is literally that spiritual transformation going on here. So they're putting the work in to their own growth, and they're growing. They're going through a major spiritual transformation. This may be something that's been going on for 9 months. I don't know why that seems to be coming through. 9 years, 9 months, something about the number 9 here for you guys. So be aware in your regard to your soulmate connection if the number 9 is important. And then the Two of Cups. So this is great. Look at this timeline here. We've got the world, which is a new, well, the world and the overall energy of the Ace of Swords. A new beginning, stepping into a new era or a new chapter in the relationship. Putting in the work into themselves, into their growth, spiritual transformation, leading to the Two of Cups. This is good stuff, guys. As far as calling out the signs here, we've got air, earth, and water. So the only thing I'm not seeing here is fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't mean they're not an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That energy is just not showing up. But yeah, Two of Cups here. So this is really, really nice. I think that's great. I already did the Scorpio reading for October. You can find it in my video list. And I'll be doing Scorpio again for the first 2 weeks of November coming up this week. So yeah, Two of Cups, I love this. And I love the way it looks like it's unfolding. They're working on themselves right now, and it's all good. The universe has offered them a new way of thinking, and so that's great. I don't really need to clarify their side here. This is good stuff for them. Let's see where you're at in this connection and what maybe blockages you have on this, Cancer. That's a deep love too with that two. I don't know the sign of your soulmate here, Cancer, but that's a deep love if they are putting in all this work trying to lead back to the Two of Cups. That's reciprocal love. I don't know what happened in the past. I don't know what led you guys to where you're at now, but this looks really good on their end at least. What's the energy for Cancer in this connection? You guys are maybe coming out of having to make a decision, or you could be avoiding making a decision. I'm not sure yet what that's meaning. Yeah, Hangman. Okay. So Cancer, your overall energy is the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. The Hermit is about someone, what it feels like for this is that you're really taking, it usually means like going within and trying to really assess some things and find that light within. Hermit mode is a time of being solitary, of being very reflective. And it feels like that's what you're doing, but it also feels like you're finding a lot of happiness. I mean, I know this Venus retrograde, we've talked about it, it's been tough, but you've got the Sun card here also. It feels like you're finding a lot of happiness in places you maybe didn't expect to, or that you didn't see that there was happiness before. Doesn't mean you're feeling real happy and great. It just means that you have, through all of because I feel like you're going through a really tough time of transition, but in that you have found happiness in some of the strangest places. Maybe just a little bit of happiness, but you're finding it in places that you didn't expect. That's what I've got from this. And that's really nice, isn't it? Sometimes in our darkest times, in that dark night of the soul, people step up that you didn't expect. You find friends in places that you didn't ever expect. And that's a really beautiful thing when that happens. So wherever you're finding that connection and that peace and that tranquility, especially when you're in hermit mode and very solitary, it's really nice. Maybe it's a friend who is just kind of knows what you're going through and is reaching out to you like once a week and just shooting you a really supportive text, or someone who, you know, maybe has just stopped in and just because they wanted to show you that they care and they want to make sure you're okay through all that you're going through. So that's really nice. I feel like you're getting that kind of support where you need it, and that's great. So you've got the sun, the moon, the Hanged Man, and the King of Swords. Let me first address the King of Swords here. I feel like the King of Swords is not, it could be the soulmate, which would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius energy. But I feel like what the King of Swords is that friend we were just talking about. There's somebody with that energy who has really stepped up and helped you to see things from more of a logical perspective. This is someone who maybe when you're getting very emotional has just said to you like, yeah, but you're not seeing it from this perspective, or yeah, but maybe you need to really see the good in this, or the reasons this is happening. So I think that's great. Good morning. So I think that's really great if you have somebody there that's been doing this for you. So really value that friendship and for what it's worth and for what it's there for, because seems like a time, Cancer, when you really need that. All right, so I think it's really cool that the sun and the moon came out here. Oh, that's nice, Nicole, that your best friend's been there for you. The sun and the moon coming out here is really cool for me. I feel like it's an acknowledgement that it's almost like an eclipse, these two cards coming out together. It's like an eclipse. And I don't know about you, but soulmates aside, twin flames, the major solar eclipse that happened last summer in August, I didn't even know what a twin flame was at that point in time, but I found out later, and I didn't know the significance of that weekend or that time frame, but a lot of twin flames either met, came into contact, some came into union, just depends on where you were in the journey. But there's something about that solar eclipse last summer, I think it was like August 22nd of 2017, that had a lot to do with twin flames. I was in New York City that weekend and left to fly home that Monday, the day of the solar. I was actually in the air at the time of the solar eclipse, but that was a significant weekend for my life and that twin flame journey. So that brings that up for me, the sun and the moon. I don't know if you're on a twin flame journey, but with the sun and the moon here, and they're very different cards, but they both are about emotion, really. The sun represents happiness, okay, and clarity, whereas the moon represents deep emotions that are felt but are kind of being hidden. They're kind of, whether it's you not expressing yourself fully or not feeling comfortable expressing yourself fully, or your soulmate maybe hiding what they really feel, or toning down the depth of their caring. There's something really interesting here, because I feel like what this is saying is that's a cycle here, a new cycle. The Wheel of Fortune within the Sun card in this deck. I feel like what this is saying is things are really shifting right now. The energy is shifting, and there's going to be some major changes that have to do with expressing of emotions. Now, you've got this Hanged Man here, and it's staring at me also over here from the bottom of my Rider deck. I mentioned it while I was shuffling because the Hanged Man, I feel like you're really at a point where you're pausing to make a big decision. And it is regarding your soulmate. It's regarding your life. And I say really look to your friend, whoever this person is, this air energy coming through, they're going to be good for you, because Cancer, we know, I've got Cancer, my moon is Cancer. Cancer, we know we can be very emotional, dramatic sometimes, but the emotions are real and nobody can tell you that they're not. So don't let anyone make you feel guilty for what you feel or make you feel like you feel too much. There's no such thing as feeling too much. However, this energy of this friend or this person, potentially the soulmate, whoever it is that's giving you this logical point of view and having you really examine things from a more logical perspective, listen to them, because it's good to be emotional, it's good to be loving and caring, but you don't want to give too much away if you're not getting it in return. It has to be reciprocal, okay, guys? And so it's good to take this pause and really get some good perspective from this person in your life that's been helping you and been there for you. But because there's some major shifts coming, it feels like an eclipse. That's why I mentioned the solar eclipse. There's an eclipse coming in your life, Cancer, in regard to this soulmate connection, and it's going to be big. And so it's good that you're going within right now and taking time to really assess the situation. Let me pull from vice versa and find out more about what this big change is. Yep, Venus retrograde right now. It's been a tough one. It's been very tough, but we're all gonna make it. I promise, we're all gonna make it. Everything's happening for a reason and for the highest good. You have to believe that. All right, what's the guidance for Cancer regarding the situation? Wow, wow. Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands. Okay. I don't know if you're dealing with a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, but there's a Knight of Pentacles here and a Page of Pentacles. We'll talk about that. So here's your guidance. Ace of Cups, be open to what the universe is offering you. If you're reacting out of pain or hurt from the past, just be open that there's this new love, this divine gift of love, or it could be a new friendship. This can be a lot of things, but be open to, I feel like there's something new coming in for you, Cancer. I'm not saying this soulmate connection, there's big stuff happening there. I'm not saying that that's not on the agenda. What I'm saying is it feels like there's also something new coming in for you, maybe even a new person, maybe just a friendship, but there's something coming in for you. And I definitely don't want you to be blocked off because of pain from the past. Because one thing I know about Cancers, being Cancer moon myself, is we're so idealistic when it comes to love, or at least we started out that way. We're so idealistic when it comes to love that we get hurt and we just don't recover sometimes. We shut down and we do not recover. And that's not good. You know, it's understandable because when your heart is so big and so open, it can get shut down really quickly by people who take it for granted or don't even realize they're taking it for granted because they don't realize how real what you feel is and how deep it is. So this is just sort of saying, this is saying really to be open to the future. Be open to love, whether it's with the soulmate, that's for you to decide. There's damage that's been done there clearly. So that's something you need to decide yourself. But when it comes to new relationships, this Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, be open to it, okay? If it's someone coming in with sincerity. Earth energy is good energy. I'm Virgo sun, and I'm proud of it because although we can be nitpicky and perfectionists and overthink everything, we also can be very, even when I was addicted to drugs and not doing the right thing, I'll tell you what, guys, I was a good friend. I was a reliable friend. I didn't let people down unless they gave me a reason to, So there's good earth energy. What I'm saying here is earth energy is a good energy. And you've got the Eight of Wands. And in this position, as opposed to this, the Eight of Wands is saying there's major communication coming through, and it's about getting to know someone. Whether it's getting to know someone again or getting to know someone new, be open to new things, new people, and don't judge new people based on your past experiences. I know that's hard to not do, but it really will, I feel like it's really going to pay off for you to judge your new relationships and the new things coming into you with an open heart and sort of a clear palette. Because you've got the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. This feels like really good energy coming in for you. And it feels like great potential here. But you've got at the bottom of the deck the Moon in reverse and the World in reverse. And that's why it's warning you. I feel strongly that you guys are a little shut down because of some real big time hurt and disappointment. So like I said, whether it be with the soulmate or whoever this feels like a friendship energy, but a great potential friendship. And I don't want you to knock it down without giving it a chance based on being hurt. Because Cancer, I know Cancer, there's a tendency to do that, okay? So we get hurt and we don't recover easily as Cancers. So really try to be open to the future. Guys, let's see, there's like 60 people in here. If you would be so kind as to hit the thumbs up button while you're in here, I really appreciate it. I know there are people that may not get to see this video if it's not circulating. So if you like the video, it gets it circulated, and there could be somebody that it could, make or break their night getting some good news about the future, about whatever this friendship may be. So I really appreciate it. Okay, now let me get your other guidance, Cancer, on the future. Any more guidance for Cancer? One more card for guidance, and then we're going to get the Romance Angels. Yeah, that's so common as a Cancer. Oh, thank you. Yep. Three of Swords. Yep, here it is. It's all coming out very clear for you guys, Cancer. Oh, thank you very much. I'm feeling so much better too. I think that's probably why I'm looking better, because I feel better. Here's the guidance, guys. Look, Three of Swords, Five of Wands, conflict, heartbreak, and then Ace of Cups. So clearly that's the guidance we were just talking about. Don't let your past pain and heartbreak and the conflict that it caused within you to block this beautiful gift coming through, which is new love. And it may not be the type of love you think. It may not be romantic. It feels very friendship love. But you know, that can turn into some of the best romances. Someone who comes in as a real friend and shows you that they care and that you matter and they have faith in you. So don't let this block this. Okay, guys? Just be open to what's coming for you, because it's rightly yours. It's rightfully yours, and you deserve some happiness in your life. Okay? All right, Romance Angels. What's the guidance for Cancer from Romance Angels regarding their soulmate connections? Okay, reconciliation. What else? So many people hiding up. I don't know what you mean. Okay. Yeah. So you've got two things going on here, and it's just what we were just talking about. So when it comes to the soulmate reconciliation, and it says, hold on, I dated my best friend and he lied to me. Hard to trust. Yeah. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So this could be regarding the soulmate, right? That we've already talked about, that's established. And then look here. I feel like this is talking about this potential friendship and something new coming in. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Give your relationship a chance. Hi, you're welcome. So be open, be open. And it doesn't have to be with that person from the past that really hurt you. It could be about being open to something new coming in. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Big time friendship energy. Excuse me. Big time, I've got hiccups. Big time friendship energy coming through here, and give your relationship a chance, and getting to know each other is just what we were talking about. Really being open, and do your best. Meditate on it. Do whatever you have to do to make sure that you don't block a really nice friendship or relationship from coming in. Oh, wow, Shandy, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just started this business, this channel about 2 months ago, and I have had some growing pains with trying to get organized and things like that. My intuition's great. My organizational skills are improving. Shoot me an email, and I'll make sure and get back to you. I apologize. I don't know how that happened. But I list my email in the description. It's RayofLightTarot@gmail.com, and I do apologize for that. All right, what's the going away guidance for Cancer from Dreams of Gaia? I love the Dreams of Gaia deck. Yeah, sorry about that. It wasn't personal, I promise. Whoa, cards flying out everywhere. Yeah, here it is, guys. I'm telling you, there's a real theme here. The Maiden and healing. The healing here is all about, like we said, just you don't want to let something stand in the way of a potential friendship, happiness because of the past, okay? Gemini, my Cancer friend is hurting so much, but he won't. Yeah, that's the thing about Cancers, and like I can speak firsthand, having my Cancer moon. We are so loving and so giving that we can be hurtful, because when we are hurt, it cuts us so deep because we're so idealistic about love. And when we love you all the way. Like, not part of the way, we love you all the way. So if you're not somebody who goes deep like that, or even if you are, if we've been hurt, we can really come back with that, giving that hurt back. And it's not good. It's something that Cancers need to work on. But, you know, it's just the way it is. When somebody's very loving and kind and giving, it shuts them down to get their heart trampled on, or feel like their heart's been trampled on. All right, so the Maiden I just read this for, was it Pisces? The maiden walks an unfamiliar path, but does so with confidence and grace. She has been taught by those around her that it is not selfish or conceited to follow her dreams and actively work to manifest her goals and desires. She does so without needing permission from anyone. The maiden card is one of youthful confidence, empowerment, and increasing independence. She is fertile, but she uses that fertile nature to create, express, and explore. She is on a journey of self-discovery, focused on learning more about who she is and what makes her happy. And she knows that her explorations in the present will give rise to a future self who knows what she wants from life and is not afraid to make it happen. In the past, the maiden was expected to do as she was told and to be true to the expectations of her family and society. However, in the present, the maiden chooses to begin the journey towards self-awareness and empowerment and creating what she wants in life, which is great. Now, this healing card, I think, is really significant, like I said, with Cancer and really trying to be open to love in the future. Excuse me. The one thing that always hangs around when you've been sick, even when you're feeling better, is the cough. Got to get rid of that cough. To be human is to be wounded. Okay, remember that, Cancer. To be human is to be wounded. We're all wounded. You need to forgive yourself and others. The healing card illustrates our third reason for being. However, it covers healing on several levels and does not necessarily suggest or imply that you are wounded or in need of healing, at least not at a conscious level. A happy, safe, and peaceful life does not always accord us with perfect health and well-being. Every person is vulnerable to dis-ease, not disease, but dis-ease, whether it manifests in physical, mental, or emotional stress, or as a feeling of emptiness and longing that is born of spiritual wounds. Humans are part of a hierarchical race. We have a social order within the elite and wealthy at the top and the uneducated and poor at the bottom. We are a species that is driven to win, with each of us striving to do better, to be better than the generation that came before us. Those at the top want to stay there, and those at the bottom want to reach the top. We are goal-oriented. Excuse me. We are goal-oriented, and we believe that success moves us forward and failure sets us back. We are on a perpetual quest to improve, whether it be our social standing, quality of life, or a simple desire to be a better person. We must be better. We must do better. But what is better? In our quest for betterment, are we making ourselves ill? Are you fulfilled? Do you love your life? Are you happy? Or do you need everything that you strive for in order to be happy? Are you living a fulfilling life that you love, or are you simply enduring and dying a little more each day? The healing card brings with it questions like these. It also asks you to look at your life and determine whether your path is healing you or harming you. If it is the latter, then the healing card is reminding you that it is in your own power to change directions. One more part I'm going to read for you guys. Because the cards that I pull from Dreams of Gaia are future tense, they're going forward advice. I already did Taurus for October, Ava. It's on the list. I will be doing Taurus and all other signs for the first 2 weeks of November starting this coming week. So here's the future advice for healing. When the healing card appears as future advice, it is indicative of a need to look at the way you react and respond to others so that the future relationships remain sound and difficult situations that need not arise do not arise. So see, this is exactly what we were just talking about, guys. I'm sure you can see that and how it's resonating. It's about being aware of, being open and not so wounded that you're closed off. There are times when illness, physical impairment, emotional anguish, and loss cause us pain that cannot be switched off. It is pain that can only be endured and, if possible, repressed and ignored. This is the kind of pain that is always present and impacts on all aspects of our lives. It is a pain that erodes our ability to be patient and kind, and it makes us hard and unyielding. This pain is one that not only causes us distress, but can cause us to inflict pain on others unintentionally. If you find yourself in a position where another's words inspire an angry reaction that is disproportionate to the actual situation, ask yourself why. Why am I so angry? Why does this situation create emotions so intense that I want to yell? Is my reaction natural, a justified response to the situation, or am I overreacting because I'm in pain based on the past? Situations that are left unaddressed and untreated can fester like any physical wound and in turn impact our future relationships by making us more reactive and hypersensitive. Whether we are in emotional, psychological, or physical pain, we do well to be mindful of how corrosive and destructive our pain can be. It must also be said that while we are responsible for how we choose to react, sometimes healing is better accomplished when we make a conscious and loving choice not to surround ourselves with people or situations that are akin to having sandpaper rubbed over a sunburn. Ooh, that sounds bad. Sandpaper rubbed over a sunburn. Not good. If you know another person's behavior or a particular environment will irritate you in your present vulnerable state, then it might serve you best to avoid them in the near future if necessary. That's it, guys. That's the guidance, and I think that last card, the healing card, really was applicable for what we're going through, Cancer, okay? Guys, thank you again for being here. Please like the video while you're here before we go. I appreciate the thumbs up. It really helps it circulate, like I was saying earlier. If you need a personal reading, you can email me at RayofLightTarot@gmail.com, and I will get back to you. We'll get that set up. I appreciate the support. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know how this pertains to your life and how it resonates. Hey, in Tokyo. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I wish you a really relaxing and happy rest of your weekend. I'll probably be seeing you either in a little while for another reading or tomorrow. So thanks again for being here. Namaste. Love and light to all of you, and healing to you guys, Cancer. I know you're going through a lot, so I wish you a lot of healing and abundance and happiness. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great night.